Hello, hello, hello. It's been a minute since I've been able to give an update. Well, let me first things first.
Like somebody just got done.
He's like, shoot fly, don't bother me. So anyway, it's been a while since I've given an update, and I need to give one because so much has happened in the 2 weeks that I'm trying to multitask. Since I've been on the road. And I will add a few shorts in here that, and some pictures to add to it as well. We've come across some problems, I will say, at the beginning of our journey, we lost a cat. And then we had problems with the RV. The generator wasn't working. What else? Oh, we found out the check engine light came on. We found out we needed a NOx sensor. And then when we opened up where the batteries were, there was 2 new batteries, and then there was 2 old batteries that were literally sucking the life out of the new batteries and started bubbling over and, basically almost created a fire. The generator, the person that we bought it from, he had dementia. And imagine that. I think he had a little bit longer than they said, or he was diagnosed, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't been suffering for a while, because it's hard to get someone in there to get that diagnosis because they fight against it. They don't want to believe what's happening to them is happening. And so it'll be kind of shoot off as like old age in the beginning. But anyway, so he must have overfilled the oil in the generator that was spewing out, and then we didn't have any gas, so that was the generator problem. But then we got on the road and our left front wheel bearing disintegrated. I'll show you some pictures of that. That was not fun. It was pretty scary, actually, and luckily, I say luckily because I just don't believe that someone can have as much luck as we have. I truly believe that God has our back, and we have some angels looking over for us, because maybe so that we can do this mission. I truly believe it, because it's just amazing at how many times that I feel like me and my husband have been saved. Because this could have been catastrophic, because technically the left one disintegrated and burnt up and melted. And then the right one was on its way. And so that could have created, both tires could have just basically like blew off the freaking RV and the whole front end going 70 miles an hour with Dad. Okay, so it was really scary. And I mean, right there in some small town, Wolverine, Michigan, we find someone not only to tow the RV to the shop, but to a big truck, the only one in the area, to work on the RV. And the mechanic was trying to shoo us off because he also did, hurricane relief, and him and his wife were about ready to leave for Canada. And plus, he had swore he would never work on another RV again. But there must have been something about us that made him do it, because he did it, and he did it in 24 hours. He fixed everything. He had the longest wait was for the parts. He had to get the parts in before he could start. He had it all tore apart the day it happened. So I'm just grateful for that we came out of it okay. Dad is doing good. He's a little bit confused today, but this has also been hard on Dad too. He hasn't eaten yet. I'm trying to keep. Sometimes you gotta just like keep putting it in their face. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you want to eat? Come on, you want to eat? Come on, you want to eat? It's like an all day process sometimes, to get them to eat and drink. You never want to force them. Do not force your loved one to eat. Do not, another thing is when they don't remember, play along. Play along. Do not correct them. That is something that I had to learn the hard way. You can't correct them. You have to live in their world. You just do. They have created their own little world. They are in their own little world, and you have to be part of that world. And if you are not willing to be part of that world, it is going to be a lot harder for you. I guarantee you. That was a lot of the combativeness that happened in the beginning because, when you're arguing with them, like, no, Dad, that's not right. So it's been a journey for sure so far. We are in Amarillo, Wisconsin right now, taking care of some things. And then we are headed to Yellowstone. And that is where our true, I feel, it takes a while to get adjusted to this lifestyle. Like, one of the things that really scared me was when all of these problems were happening. I was like, oh my God, did we buy a lemon? Like, this is our home now. Like, it's scary to know that we have nowhere to go if this home doesn't work properly. So, like, this is our number one goal, is trying to keep Dad on a schedule in an RV. I haven't even gotten adjusted to it yet, and neither has my husband. So, it's going to take a while for Dad too. So, and he may never get adjusted to it. But I know that he loves sitting in that passenger seat when we're driving. He loves it. He loves to look out the windows. In fact, the other day, and like I said, I'm going to be adding some shorts because I still have to pay for the premium. I'm all over the place, okay? Like, I don't have my list to cross off to like, okay, I did this, and I am a lister. I need that list. I need it. So, I'm a little bit of a hot mess right now, trying to get all of my, T's crossed and I's dotted, and just learn how to live this way and learn how to not get upset at the things that happen, because when we say we didn't know anything, we really didn't know anything. We didn't even know how to operate the RV, really, But this is how you learn. You got to learn I have always had to learn the hard way. I have. And this is where I love that people try to give me advice, but every time I've listened to somebody else, I've been screwed. So either it's just like hasn't worked for me, or like it's just the wrong information. So you just have to, everybody's situation is different. I know there's common things with everything that are, universal, but like our journey is, a lot of people don't understand that we still have Dad. We still have responsibilities every day. We can't just get up and leave him and go and do whatever we want to do. And that's where the adjusting comes in, because even though we're free, we feel very free right now, it still takes adjusting, because so many people do not understand that it's not all fun and games. Like, it's really a struggle. Like, I haven't really had a good time yet. Okay, I haven't been able to enjoy this yet, because I'm too worried about, okay, is the RV up and in good shape? Like, when you have 3 days after closing to buy an RV, to buy a vehicle, and to get Dad and your animals in that RV and start headed out the door, like, you don't realize that that's not enough time. Closing day, the wire didn't even go through till like 2 minutes before the cutoff. So then my husband had to go all the way an hour away to purchase the vehicle. You didn't have all kinds of time to be looking over things. Yeah, you looked over briefly. Ain't gonna lie. Same thing with the RV. The next day, for our first day after closing, he had to drive all the way to Minnesota, which was 4.5 hours away, then figure out how he was going to get a tow, because we were looking for a tow bar, but nobody had one. They had to order it, and we were pressed for time to be out of our house. And so, and we didn't have any money. Like, what? You think we had money, like, before closing? No. Like, we had to wait till closing to do anything. We were living day to day like we had been, since this whole process. So, that's the thing that some people just don't get. Like, it's not about, having fun in the beginning. It's about adjusting and, trying to work my business while working on the nonprofit, which I will tell you, I'm getting pretty far with that nonprofit. I'm almost ready to, I think within the next 30 days, well, that's my goal. Anyways, in the next 30 days, I would like to start the paperwork process in getting the approval for the nonprofit and starting the whole getting the 501c paperwork filled out, like all of that done. It's just in this time we had to create like board members, like registered agent, bylaws, mission statement. It's not, you got to really sit down and think. Like, when you have an idea of a nonprofit in your head, it's so simple. But the process is not. I mean, to think of all the things that your mission is about, and I'm truly passionate about it. And so I've got some really good ideas. Actually, me and I would like to call her my personal assistant, because she pretty much does everything but wipe my ass for me. I'm not even kidding you. I don't know what I'd do without her. But Sarah, I'd like to recognize as a founding member as well. And she had some pretty good ideas too. So she just basically wanted me to say, how was I feeling when we first had to take over Dad? What would I have wanted for resources to help and to make this easier? And that was easy. But then I also had to look at it from someone who's not like me. So say you are the spouse of someone. Where would you go? When you come to our nonprofit, I want to make it to where at a click of a finger or a click of a mouse, you come to my website and basically you're prepared. Like, what resources are available, what are not. This is what we struggled with. Like, so we were dragged all around, like back and forth to this resource, to that resource, and they didn't know, and you got to start here. Nope, they were wrong. You got to start here, and the paperwork alone to file for things like Medicaid and all of that stuff, it's not easy. It's a struggle, and people don't know how to do it, and they just need someone to guide them. We want to create a support group that people can go to with other people who are on that journey, the same journey as them, because people do not understand if they have never been on this journey. You can have someone in your family have dementia, but if you are not directly responsible for their care and you can come and go as you please, no, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who like literally are stuck. Because my husband and I didn't even truly understand what my mother-in-law went through with Dad for 9 years, because we could still come and go. We could still plan our life. We could still go to work. We could still do all these things. And spouses cannot get paid to take care of their loved one. And so there are going to be so many unique aspects to this nonprofit, and that's why I'm putting so much thought and effort into it, because this is what I'm truly passionate about. It's about getting those resources in the hands of these people that there are certain aspects that will look at your income, but a lot of our aspects will not. We don't need to know about your income to help you, because that's where I struggle. I struggle with the amount of money that they say that you're allowed to make, when they don't even consider the inflation and all of the things that are going on in the world right now. It's ridiculous. I couldn't even, being healthy, couldn't live off that income. I'm not even kidding you. So, and they want you to be able to provide top care. Like, I'm sorry, every single loved one out there deserves that top rated A+ care. You shouldn't have to go, oh, that's a state memory care, and it be different than somewhere you're paying $10,000 a month. It should all be the same, in my opinion. So, lots of things going on, and I am, like I said, I'm going to add a few shorts that I wanted to share here, that I just haven't been able to, because we've been in and out of service. And that's another thing we're going to invest in, is so we can have internet no matter where we go. That's going to be super priority. But like I said, this is a process, and I'm just so excited to share this journey with you, because it's real. It's about people who just, like me and my husband, we are so much more capable to do something like this than a lot of other people. And so don't take it as, a bad thing that you can't do for your loved one what we're doing, because a lot of you don't have like me and my husband have each other. We have each other to lean on, sometimes, or most often than not, it's your spouse, and so this is going to teach me also on how, if this happens to my husband, how to properly care for him. But not only him, but we as caregivers have to think about ourselves. Because if we do not make sure that we take time out for ourselves, and that's hard, because this caregiving job is a 24-hour-a-day job. And even when you're on Medicaid, they only pay you for like 10 to 20 hours a week. Like that, and it's logically doesn't make sense to me, because we as caregivers are doing what in a memory care that multiple employees are doing. So pat yourself on the back for that one, okay? But yes, as I said, it's a process. I need to pay for this premium so I can do lives, and I can share so much more for you, because a lot of times when I'm doing these videos, it's just a quick update, so that I can keep you all up to date as much as I can on this journey. And plus, I'm learning how to use YouTube, really. It's all a learning process, and I want to show you all of it, like all of my mistakes, all of my wins, all of my losses, like all of it, like, because it's relatable. And I also want to show you, like, just how different everyone with Alzheimer's and dementia are. Like, a lot of the people I follow, their loved one is cute, and I don't know, maybe if they don't show like the negative things about this disease, but a lot of people I follow, I'm just like, oh, that's so cute, them talking to themselves in the mirror, and thinking they're talking to somebody else. Dad did that too. He don't do that anymore. So it's a journey from the first stage of diagnosis to end of life is a process. And until you understand the phases, all the different phases, all of the things, you're going to be lost. And I don't want you to be lost. And I don't want you to give up on yourself. And I don't want you to give up on your loved one, because that's what I did. Because I struggled so much, because I didn't know how to help him. And because I was scared. I was scared to do what we're doing right now. And that's what stops a lot of people from doing it too, is because they're scared. They don't know. They don't know what's going to happen. Well, sometimes you got to take a chance. Because listen, Dad's dying. He doesn't have, I don't know how long he has. That's another thing. We don't have a time limit. It's not logical he'll die suddenly. But, you know, we never know what tomorrow brings for our loved ones. So it's important that I work super hard to get this nonprofit up and running so that, because I would like to get some things accomplished before Dad passes. Because this is about Dad, this is about your loved ones, this is about trying to help all of you. All of you. Like, I'm not thinking small. I'm thinking about having like an actual building in every state and hopefully across the world. But in my opinion, I don't feel like other countries suffer so much from this disease because a lot of it comes from the poison that is in our food and that we put in, and the toxins that we put in our body, and the pesticides. Done a little research, still have to do a lot more, but it's scary. It's scary that this is the side effect of all the things. And a lot of countries don't even allow the things that we allow here. So it's about educating all of you, helping you educate the next person and paying it forward, because there were so many things I didn't know and so many things I was ignorant about at the beginning of this journey. And even though I'm pretty sure that I cannot save Dad, I would like to try to save others from going down this path and ultimately find a way that no one ever has to suffer in this way again. Not only your loved one, but you as well. So with that, I'm going to end this update. I love you all. Thank you all for following my journey. I will add a few shorts in there with Dad and some things, photos and all of that. And until the next update, bye. See you soon.